Okay, so we've given you 5 names from the Australia side to watch out from, and I'd like to bring in once again cricketing legend Kapil Dev for really decoding what this Australian side looks like. Mr. Kapil Dev, Adam Zampa, the only one established spinner in Australia. So do you think that's something that will hurt Australia against India, a lack of established spinners?
That's what the first talk was. Is the wicket is sluggish? Is the wicket is slow? If the ball doesn't come, yes, Maxwell can do a little bit of bowling, if not Zampa. But in totality, they have the team. Their plus point is their fielding is damn good. They play like a unit always, and I always feel they are the biggest threat to Indian cricket.
And what about India? Do you think India should again go with 4 spinners, the same playing 11?
I think they all depend what is the pitch look like. Already played quite a few matches there. So I think management will know everything. What is best combination for the team, and looking at the opposition is very, very important. Should we go with a 2 spinner, 3 spinner or 4 spinners?
You know, another issue, Mr. Kapil Dev, which has been brought up, of course, in the course of this Champions Trophy, is about whether India has an unfair advantage because of the venue. This has been said also by England experts. What do you think?
I think those are negative things. You just have to play and win. Yes, you can make a sensational statement, but at the end of the day, cricket is a cricket played by 2 teams, whoever played there. Yes, somebody have advantage, somebody can have a disadvantage, but that's the talk for negative people.
Okay, we'll come back to you, Mr. Kapil Dev. Thank you very much for the moment, for joining us with your analysis and overview of what to expect when that match kicks off at 2:30. I'd like to go back to Nikhil Naz right now for what's happening in Dubai. Nikhil, not sure if you've been catching up on the headlines here in India. In the last 24 hours, there's been this huge outrage over comments against Rohit Sharma. You had someone referring to him as fat, saying he's unfit, he shouldn't be leading the team. What do you make of this entire controversy? What do you think will be going through Rohit Sharma's mind through this? Look, will he strike this time in the semi-final? 2024 T20 World Cup against Australia, Rohit Sharma, of course, performed splendidly. So do you think that's something that could trigger a great performance again in this match?
Well, Akshita, if I had to answer that in one line, I think Rohit Sharma couldn't be bothered with these comments, and I'll tell you why. Firstly, it's not that cricketers, it's something new to them. They're used to criticism. Oftentimes, we've heard from a lot of Indian players saying that, listen, they don't bother about the outside noise. They like to concentrate on what is the task at hand. And that's the first thing that you know about these cricketers. They're pretty used to criticism. Secondly, while I'm saying that he couldn't be bothered, is primarily because of who makes those comments. Now, remember, if it was, we had Mr. Gavaskar with us, if he had a comment like that, or you have Kapil Dev live with you, if he made such comments, I think that would then be taken very seriously, because that would mean that it comes from a certain authority. Now, if I was to break down the comments made by the Congress spokesperson, and it's fine, I agree that cricketers are up for public scrutiny, they are public figures, it happens with film stars, it happens with politicians, it will happen with cricketers as well. Everyone is entitled to their opinion when it comes to public figures. But then it really depends, when you look at that comment, whether it is a personal attack or are those comments objective. And that is a clear difference you can make out in the recent comments that were made. The way you spoke about it, calling him fat on a tweet on a social media platform. There have been other cricketers sometime who have raised concerns about fitness of some other players, but that's not the manner in which they've spoken about it. Secondly, she speaks about his captaincy, and once you read that saying that he's not a very impressive captain, you know that the comments are coming from someone who doesn't have too much of an idea about the sport. Because if I was to put Rohit Sharma the captain, I'd probably equate him to the likes of MS Dhoni and Saurav Ganguly, one of the top captains that India has got. You spoke about the T20 World Cup win. He's won 5 IPL titles as well, as people know, and we cover games on a daily basis. We scrutinize every little decision that is taken on the field, and I have to tell you, on a whole, tactically he's a shrewd, sharp captain. sharp as you can ever find in international cricket at the moment. So he's an outstanding captain. And so those are the comments that were made that you knew they were more in terms of a personal attack than objective comments being made about Rohit Sharma. So that's the first bit that you see. Would the team be worried about it? As I said, no. The other thing, even if you were to question his fitness, the other thing is, which I like to point out to our viewers, how a person's appearance is very different to match fitness. Is he fit enough to play a match for the Indian team? I'll just, talk about a few stats. He's got 44 hundreds. Any top level athlete will tell you, any elite athlete will tell you, it's exhausting to get to 100 and be fit enough to be standing on your 2 feet. Top elite athletes have also struggled with dehydration, with cramps once they get to 100. Rohit Sharma not only has 44 international hundreds, which means he's fit enough to be playing the sport that he's captaining the Indian team in, and secondly, he's also got 3 double hundreds in ODI cricket. I'm just trying to tell you this, not to tell you how good a batter he is, but how fit a batter he is. You've had plenty of examples in international cricket where players may not have looked like models, but they are fit enough to play the sport, and that is what fans desire from them. You have a young Sarfaraz Khan, who may not look like the fittest cricketer, but is he good enough to bat? Is he good enough to last 100 or a double 100? He's shown it in first class cricket, he's shown it in test cricket that he can do it. So I think once you're aware of all these things, if anyone is aware of these things, then I don't think the comments that we saw from the Congress spokesperson, you would come with those comments. So I don't think the Indian team is bothered about that. I think they have players like Travis Head to worry about. They have players like Steve Smith, Glenn Maxwell, Manus Labuschagne, Josh English, who's been in very good form, Adam Zampa, who's oftentimes troubled a lot of Indian players. These are the names I think that the Indian teams would be worried about at the moment, and not the comments that were made on a social media platform.
I definitely hope so, that they've got their focus completely on the challenge ahead and not distracted by the politics here in India.